Today we are going to be talking about ratios. So what exactly is a ratio? So what a ratio is that it is a comparison of two quantities by division. For example, you might see, if we're talking about like 3 to 9, like 3 cats to 9 dogs, you can see it written as 3 ways. Like this, 3 to 9, just like the way that you would say it. 3:9, so this would be like 3 cats to 9 dogs. Or it could be written as a fraction, 3 cats to 9 dogs, so 3 over 9. Now this next part is extremely important. If we have ratios that involve measurement, both quantities must have the same unit. They must have the same unit. Extremely important. So if we're talking about gallons, we must compare gallons to gallons. If we're talking about inches, we must compare inches to inches. We cannot compare inches to centimeters. We must compare inches to inches. That is extremely important. So now, what I want to do, I want to express the ratio of 12 baskets in 18 attempts as a fraction in simplest form. So remember, we can set it up 3 ways. We can have the 2 numbers with the word 2 in the middle, or we can use the colon, or we can set it up as a fraction. So, if we have 12 baskets, in 18 attempts, this right here is set up as a ratio. This would be the final answer, but it must be in simplest form. So in this case, we must see what they are divided by. What can both 12 and 18 be divided by? Well, if we divide both 12 and 18 by 6, (12) divided by 6 is 2 baskets, and 18 attempts divided by 6 is 3 attempts. So what this means is for every 3 attempts, they are making 2 baskets. And this is what it means in simplest form. You just have to you set up the fraction and you have to divide it by whatever the greatest common factor is. So now I want you to try it. Pause the video. Unpause the video when you're ready to see what I have done. Okay, so we have a full-size piano. There are 32 black keys and 52 white keys. Express the ratio of black keys to white keys as a fraction in simplest form. So remember, we just have to set it up. In the numerator, we have 32 black keys over the 52 white keys, but it has to be in simplest form. So to find this in simplest form, we have to find the greatest common factor between 32 and 52. In this case, the greatest common factor is 4. So you can divide both 32 and 52 by 4. So 32 divided by 4 is equal to 9 black keys, and 52 divided by 4 is 13 white keys. So, as a simplest form, is 9 black keys to 13 white keys. These next examples we are going to be dealing with measurement. And what is the thing that we have to have if we're doing ratio with measurement? Both quantities must have the same measurement. Extremely important. So if we have 8 ounces and we have 3 pounds, we see that the ounces and pounds are not the same measurement, so we must convert one of them. Now for help on the conversion, what I recommend is to flip all the way to the back of the book. That has some conversion charts which will help out. In this case, we have 8 ounces and we have 3 pounds. We need to convert the pounds into ounces. The reason why I'm converting pounds to the ounces instead of ounces to pounds is because the pounds are greater in size than ounces. I know that in 1 pound there are 16 ounces. In this case, we have 3 pounds. If we have 3 pounds and I want to convert it to ounces, I would have 3 pounds times 16. If I do that, because the 16 goes right up here, when I do that, I would have 8 ounces as the same. Now 3 pounds times 16 is equal to 48 ounces. So now I'm comparing ounces to ounces. I have 8 ounces on the numerator and 48 ounces in the denominator. Now that must be simplified. So 8 into 48. We can divide both of these by 8. When we do that, 8 divided by 8 is 1 ounce. And 48 divided by 8 is 6 ounces. So our final answer is 1 ounce over 6 ounces. So now what I want you to do is to pause the video. Unpause the video when you're ready to see what I have done. Don't forget the information for the measurements are in the back of the book. So, if we have 6 gallons and we have 3 quarts, if we look in the back of the book, we see that 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts. So, in that case, I want to convert the gallons into quarts. By doing that, I need to multiply the 6 gallons by 4, because these 4 quarts, I want to convert the gallons into quarts. So, what is 6 times 4? 24. And remember, I'm converting them to quarts. And we keep the 3 quarts the same. So now we have 24 quarts over 3 quarts. When we do that, remember we can simplify. So if we divide both we can divide both 24 and 3 by 3. That's the greatest common factor. So 24 divided by 3 is 8 quarts. And 3 divided by 3 is 1 quart. So our final answer is 8 quarts to 1 quart. Just to wrap up, always simplify. Extremely important. Even if it doesn't say to simplify, remember, just always simplify. The next thing, if you are solving a ratio with a measurement, measurements must have the same units.